Hello, everyone. My name is David Esbri. I'm a publisher at Devir Games, and today I'm here with Sophia Wagner. Hello, Sophia.
Hello.
Sophia is a designer of Ratzzia, the game that's been shortlisted as best dice game in this year award for the UK Game Expo, virtual UK Game Expo. So we're going to have a little chat with Sophia so she can tell us a little bit about her design process and about the how the game was made. And we hope that you have the chance to try the game online on the different on the platforms that the convention is putting at your service for you to play the game and rate it if you like it. So, hello, Sophia.
Hello.
So, well, congratulations for being shortlisted with Ratzzia.
Oh, thank you. I'm very happy about that.
We're very happy too. So this is a very special nomination for us. And I would like to ask you a little bit about your design process as a game designer. When you work on a game, what phases do you go through? What steps do you take? And if you can tell us a little bit specifically about Ratzzia, how did you work on this game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really, I really have some different approaches concerning on what is my goal. So do I want to make a family game or something like a strategic game or something like this? But in the end, the first thing is that I normally think about something and I just freeze. If you see me from outside, I'm just frozen. I'm thinking, and then I write something down, and then I build very fast prototype to try. And with Ratzzia, it was a bit different because in this case, I had the feeling of, I want to do something with dice, and I want to have not only one or two dice. I want to have more dice because I really like the feeling of rolling dice, and and so I ordered like 100 dice or something like that in different colors, and I just started to play around a little bit and to see where I throw dice and I place it somewhere, and and then I had a kind of a feeling for it and some different paths I could go, and I was then analyzing what I like about it. And I think the main thing that I wanted to have in the game is that we have one board where everyone plays on one board in the middle, so that not everyone has the dice and roll for themselves and plays it like in a solo game. But I wanted the dice of the different players to be connected somehow. And this was the first thing about Ratzzia, to make this happen somehow on the board.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, that is quite true because the game has a lot of interaction between the players. During the playtest process of your of the game, what was the feedback of the people playing it, and what were the experiences that they went through?
The feedback, it was sometimes the feedback about the game is like sometimes good, then you change something, then it's better again, then it's getting good. But with Ratzzia, it was more like getting better and better and better. It always improved, and even in the beginning, the first prototype, people had fun with it. So I saw really at the first big playtest that people like placing dice on the board and to think about what will other people do. Will they place it here? Do I offer them enough or or not? And so. But then of course, there was a lot of work to make it better and better and better, and also there were some little frustrating moments in the beginning that I had to get rid of course. Yeah, and so yeah, so the cat was coming later in the game, in the development, because I had the feeling I need an element like this, like the cat, um, which is nice to get rid of all of the dice on the board to really do something against the others that placed that were placing dice this nicely. And yeah, I really like the concept of the cat inside. And yeah, there were some things that I had to include and some things that I had to get rid of, like normal. Yeah.
So being well, we always talk about Ratzzia as a family game, as a game that it's for families. Of course, hardcore gamers can find their own way to enjoy it, but it's mainly aimed at the big public. And the fact that this game has been nominated as a dice game, it made me think about how the dice interact with the game. I mean, in this game, you roll the dice and you keep placing them on the board, and almost in most of the cases, you will get some sort of reward. So that makes it quite satisfying when you're playing the game. What do you think that makes this game, what makes Ratzzia quite unique as a dice game?
Yeah, I think it's the kind of interaction that you have. And as you mentioned, the rewards, it is really, in the development of the game, it was so important how many sausages you get at every place where you could place a dice. And it was so important that everything is like it is now. So yeah, to have this feeling, or this constant thing between, I put something here, but I offer something for another player, but I will get something too if we both complete this line together. So yeah, I think this is the special thing about it. And yeah, so the kind of also the meta game that you get out of the placing the dice, the thinking, the fun, the emotions that this kind of of game produced. So yeah, that always, if I do something, other people are involved and have different interests about what I do. If I place a dice here, there's someone happy, there's someone who say, no, come on, go over here, place the dice here. So I really think this is really great to have this feeling with every placement of dice.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, whenever you place a dice on the board, everybody has the potential of being rewarded, not only the player who places that, except for a couple of spaces where you can steal the dice from the other players, the food from the other players, and then they can get like really mad at you, and that's where the fun comes in a game like this, right?
Yes, of course. Also, if you see that someone has a lot of sausages that you could steal, but then he puts the cat and say, oh no, I put the cat with the with the dice that won't allow you to take the thief,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so there are many things that are like little tactics that are so funny for me. And yeah.
Good. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you a question that I'm always very curious to ask to game designers about how they feel, because you've been working for a very long time on a game, like in this case, Ratzzia. You do your development, you do your play testing, and then you say, okay, this is done. And you present it to a publisher. And then someone says, all right, we're going to publish it, and takes it away. And you are involved in the process, but then there are like changes in the theme. There's an artist coming on board that's giving her view on the game. In this case, Nuria Aparicio has made some gorgeous artwork for the game. And there's the production, the special production details, like in the case of Ratzzia, like the double layered board and the tokens and all that jazz. So when you hand your baby to someone else, how do you live through that process, through the development process of the game?
Yeah, good question. So I had a lot of luck that the illustrations and everything that Devir made with the double layered board, and so I fully love. I really love. So this is great. This is really great. But of course, when I handed over Ratzzia, it was about it was called Banana Dice, and it was about bananas and like a little yeah, political fun theme.
Yeah.
So it was more not the family, but a little bit. I thought it a little bit. I don't know for what kind of people that played just for fun, and it was a completely different theme. And so that's something if you if you give it to the publisher and they say, oh, we love the game, and then you say, yeah, and then you get feedback, but it would be better to have another theme, then the first thing is, oh, okay, what will it be? But in this case, we were talking about back and forth about different themes that could fit, and so I think it's nice to be involved in this. And in the end, yeah, for me it was really, when we started talking about another theme, it was really fast that I thought, oh, yeah, you're right. It's not that the theme I choose wasn't so good for families or something like this. It was really something with really not so many people would enjoy. So yeah.
Yeah, sometimes designing a game can be like a little isolated experience, but then when it's being handed over to a team of people, you're starting to get professional feedback from all over from all sides, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So these later times, we've been, most of us, closed at home, and the conventions all over the world are becoming digital for at least for the next few months, which is fine. But we're always hoping to be able to meet again and play together in a table. But there has been like a boom of people playing board games online. Have you done that? Have you played board games online? What's your opinion about that?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that you can do this, but I really enjoy more to play on the table. So yeah, so for me also this time the last month was hard because I couldn't go into groups or where I could test some prototypes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's really not this easy. So I started to invent a solo game. So this I can test on my own, but of course we have to find other solutions if it keeps being this way for another couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, is there something else that you would like to add regarding Ratzzia? Do you want to tell something to the players in the Great Britain and all over the world who are being exposed to your game maybe for the first time?
Well, I would say just play it and find out what are the little tactics that makes it more and more interesting the more you get into it. So have a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Sophia, for spending some time with us talking about Ratzzia. and we hope that you find some time to play the game during this convention, or maybe at any other time on your own. And feel free to let us know if you like the game, and we will see you soon.